back.
I really think we have a show obsessed with breaks.
I would agree. I would agree.
An amalgam of everything we talked about on the break.
Yes, we have Michael Roddy here. Great Michael Roddy, by the way, taking pictures of the lovely ladies, the still shots. And we have Ashley.
Ashley Bowles.
And you guys will find out what that looked like afterwards.
He swears he didn't do anything. Of course, we have Tim O'Neill in the house with State Farm.
We do have Tim O'Neill in the house.
So we're always happy to see him. He's pretty quiet in the corner today.
That is correct. No one puts Tim O'Neill in the corner.
Well, he put himself in the corner.
That is true. So. That is true. He puts himself there all the time.
Bad boy.
Yeah.
He needs a spanking. There might be somebody here.
Okay. Now we're starting to sound like the break.
No, we are sounding like the break. That is true. That is true. You know, the next couple segments, it's open mic, so it's really about talking about, again, standing up, standing out. We had some great conversations with both of you beautiful ladies in regards to what you've done to get to where you are today. Let's talk a little bit about what you're going to do in the future. What do you sort of see in real estate? What do you see for yourself? Nicole, we'll start with you.
All right, so one of the things that I've done with my branding with Real Simple Solutions is I have started to compile lists of vendors and trades and things of that nature, and I'm doing my best to make the entire process, especially with the listing, as easy from beginning to end. So we'll do, I'm paying for pre-inspection checks. Sorry, Ashley, I'm trying to make it harder for you to find things back there. But working with Ashley's one of my main inspectors that I do use when he's available because he's getting crazy booked up right now.
That's because he's hanging with the Rat Pack.
Exactly.
He's hanging with me all the time.
But going through the homes initially with the handyman and fixing a lot of the things that will be found on inspection reports and making sure that the home is in tip-top, pristine shape when it does go on market. So I'm offering that service as part of Real Simple Solutions and getting with the best of the best in lending and the best with title companies. So that way I know from beginning to end that my transactions are going to run as smoothly as possible. Now, and I compile a list, of course, because we can't say here, use each individual person, right? So I give them an option of who to use, but I can guarantee that these people from beginning to end are going to get the job done. So that's been my focus in Real Simple Solutions, is making sure that no stone is left unturned and that there are solutions to the problems that come up in everyday real estate transactions.
I would thoroughly agree. And that's a great way of saying it, by the way, is knowing that you have a group of individuals you can go to that you trust during that process, because knowing that supply chain, for lack of a better word, and if you have a weak link in that supply chain, that can ruin a lot of different things right there. That can change the impact. With a lot of changes coming, especially from a mortgage perspective, in which we're going to have integrated disclosures as of August 1st. And that's going to change some of the 3-day rules, et cetera, et cetera. It's important to know that you're going to have individuals across and up and down that supply chain that can provide numbers, that can finance correctly, that can disclose out correctly from a title perspective, that can close all right, so that you're not getting those delays, because those delays are what individuals end up suffering from the most.
And people's perception also is that we're the first line of defense in any transaction.
Right.
And they might call and fuss at you from a realtor to you, Chris, but from the consumer, no matter what goes wrong,
yes,
we're the one who's responsible.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
I talk about
I always
this.
thought it was your fault no matter what, even if I do
legal
something.
and ethics update,
It's actually Rob's fault.
which I teach.
It's Rob's fault, yeah.
It's my fault. It used to be Bush's fault, right?
Yeah, I mean, no matter what happens, I just say blame Rob.
Yeah.
If you're ever in a closing and someone says something, just say Rob Cook.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I didn't realize I was that powerful. Gosh. So I should get more respect.
Exactly, right. And Amanda, how about you? Where do you sort of see yourself?
She actually touched on something that I started working on as well last year. I really need my clients to know and feel confident that the people that I work with closely, starting with the mortgage and ending with the closing, the title company, they're going to nurture them and give them the attention and the respect that I give them, regardless if it is a first-time home buyer or if it is a luxury clientele that I'm dealing with. I want them to know that they will be given the same attention and catered to the way that I cater to my whole team. I want my whole team, and that's really important because I want the transaction to be as seamless, especially for a first-time home buyer, because a lot of times they're very unsure about the process. They're very intimidated by the process. They think, oh, well, this is too complicated. I have to reach out to all of these people, and I need to do this, and I need to do that. You know what? I'm just going to continue to lease. This is just too much for me. And I assure them from the go that I have several professionals in every department, because it all takes a team to get the job done so that they can reach their goal, so that they can get top dollar, so that they can get into the home that they want to get into as quickly as possible for their family. And so I started working on that. Shout out to all of my friends in the real estate game, Eric Maya with Premier Lending, Joey, and Angie over at Farmers. There's a lot of people that I work with.
I don't think one of those are our sponsors.
No,
we'll
none
have to
of them
bleep
are.
that section.
But they're part of my team, and so they help me a lot of times with my deals. And of course, I work with different people because sometimes you need somebody who's fluent in Spanish, and that's really important because a lot of my clientele is Spanish speaking, and I do cater a lot to the Latino community. So I wanted to make sure that everybody that I deal
Houston's favorite
bilingual agent. Yes, I am Houston's favorite bilingual agent. So if you are Spanish speaking, si hablan español, necesitan alguien que te va a ayudar a comprar una casa, call me. Me llaman. Okay? And it's important that they are comfortable in the language. And so that's my team for my bilingual and Spanish speaking. And of course, I have other people that I work with that don't need Spanish speaking, But that's been a big deal for me, is making sure that my clients are catered to and taken care of the way that I like to take care of them. And another thing that I'm dealing with right now that I'm working on is, my luxury clients. That's something that I specialize in. I'm very, very much so fascinated by architecture. I'm fascinated by everything high end. I study it. and so
2 seconds of dead air can take a
we were taking a little selfie. That was not my fault. That was not my fault. But
that was a Kodak.
That was a Kodak. We had to pose for it.
I do deal with a lot of Houston socialites. I deal with some of Houston's athletes. And high-end buyers that come in from Mexico and South America as well. So with that type of clientele, you have to be very on top of your game because they want exclusivity. They want the best of the best. They don't want any hiccups in the deal. They want to come in, fly into the city, look at the properties, and fly back out and then make a deal, and that's how it's done. And so you have to be on your A game when you're dealing with those type of people, and with any type of people, especially.
Yeah, I have to say, you sound from what you're telling me that whether it's 100,000 or 10 million, that you're going to treat them the same. They're going to get the same experience from you.
The same experience from myself and from anybody that I work with. You're going to get it regardless if it's a $100,000 purchase or a $10 million purchase. And I mean, there's times, and I'm working on this as well, because a lot of us agents, we're very, very dedicated to our craft. We're dedicated to our clients. And so we're on the computer, we're on our phones, texting and making phone calls 9, 10 o'clock at night. So I've tried to work on, balancing it out so that I have a little bit more free time, in the evenings. And then, we're up at the crack of dawn, So it's not an easy profession by any means. There's not a whole lot of security in it, but just like in anything else, you're going to get back whatever you put in.
Bill Napick just texted me, and he said, he's with Stuart, and he said, I love it. Takes teamwork to make the dream work.
Absolutely.
There you go.
Yeah.
Absolutely. It really does.
Thank you, Bill.
That's a huge deal for me.
And of course, Bill does a show that's beyond this afternoon.
That is correct.
Real Estate Matters.
Real Estate Matters at 1 o'clock, and then he's got another show at 4 o'clock. So he sort of dominates the airwaves today.
Yeah, I know. I know. And Bill's been a great friend for us, and he actually did that recording for us last week.
Yes.
That
prompted this show.
Yes. It was awesome.
So big shout out to Bill Napick again, by the way. So. No, that is great. And every once we're taking a lot of pictures in the studio, so if you ever hear dead air and a whole bunch of laughing.
I'd seen a lot of time, y'all stopped to pose, and you also stopped talking.
I know. You have this nice big camera right here in your face. It's just kind of a natural reaction.
Well, I was thinking someone who takes as many selfies as you two do. I didn't think a camera in your face would
would
be any kind of impact.
My broker, our broker, she's always, kind of poked fun at me because she's like, golly, are you going to be in the car today? Are you going to be in the bathroom today? Are you going to be at a restaurant today? Where's your selfie coming from today, Amanda? And I'm like, hey, you know what? Don't knock the selfie game. Don't knock my selfie game, because my selfie game is not just a bunch of nonsense. It's actually, like I said, there's layers to this, and it just kind of, shows you the
It's
woman.
working.
Yeah, it's working.
And I've enjoyed your selfies on Facebook.
Now, and speaking of that, by the way, I do want to talk to both of you about this because every once in a while, I'll all of a sudden hear, and y'all will say, guys or perverts or whoever else is out there,
oh no,
stop it, right?
Yeah.
I guess because you also get the bad side of that, right?
We do. If you follow me on Facebook or on Instagram, you saw a video that I posted last week. A couple of very nice gentlemen who friended me on Facebook got upset when I didn't accept their friend request. I didn't know who they were. So they Googled me, they found my phone number, and they called me and said, "Girl, I was just trying to take you out on a date." And I'm like, no. No.
It is not a dating site.
Yeah.
No, my Facebook page is not for dating.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But, people get confused with that. People really do get confused with that.
I actually had a huge issue happen a few weeks ago with somebody that came into my home to repair my dryer. And he took it upon himself to find me on social media. Never once did I give him my name or try to have any type of conversation other than that of, please fix my dryer because I'm going nuts. And he found me on social media, and he started sending me these very explicit messages, and he just kept coming back into my home. I don't know if he was really trying to fix my dryer or not, but he came into my home like 3 times. It was a big disaster, and it ended up with the cops and everything like that. So the social media platform does work for you, but you have to be very, very careful because as somebody of social service, your availability, your accessibility is right there. People can find your phone number. They can find your information very easily. And so with that comes the negative side of it as well.
Yeah, you always have to be careful. I'm going to talk about that because I have some funny stories all the time.
That's not funny. That's scary.
Yes. But I've got some other side of things that we can talk about on the good side. But we are coming up against the break. We have one more segment to go.
This is going too fast.
It goes way too fast when you're having fun. Again, you can reach us 800-808-5548. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.